Doom. Doom, 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 doom. Welcome back to Game Wolf Plays Doom. Going to E1M6 to process some processors. It's going to be maze-like, as I said. More maze shit, but what isn't a maze these days? And something in the lab I forgot to mention. I'm going to mention it here because it's especially important in this level with all its acid and nukage. I mean, the game calls it nukage, but I'm really adept to just call it acid. Nukage just sounds like there was a nuclear power plant that failed and left all this residue, but I don't know. Could happen. Maybe something shut down. So going this way, you should just kill the things before you touch the red key. Do not destroy the barrels yet. It's definitely a trap coming at you. And what I do is I make them all line up near the barrels as close as I can, but quickly because shadow pinkies are fast and unknowable to the human eye. Not really. But it's interesting how they have the same effect as if you had partial invisibility on, which makes me wonder what would happen if a hit scanner tried to fire at it. Leave your science experiments in the comments. It'd be like one of those Doom science fears that no one wants. Teleports to hell and all. And with that, we're heading back. I'm going to save this chain gun ammo for later when I really need it. There is a position in this level specifically that I'm just going to be like, nah, chain gun everything, because I'll be backed into a corner. Top myself up with some little tiny helmets. You know, if I stack a bunch of helmets in my head, that just protects my head even more. So I got helmets on helmets on helmets. Just like how I just keep patching up my armor by just putting another one on. It'll refabricate itself, it's fine. And past this blue key, before you even do that, it sets off a trap. Past this blue key is what I mentioned. I had to know beforehand that there is an important item just on the acid below. The radiation shielding suit. What it does is it protects you from harmful liquids, basically terrain that will hurt you. And this lasts for quite a while. You'll know it's about to stop when it starts flashing, but I want to say around like a few minutes it lasts, maybe up to 5. But there's some floors that will still damage you regardless. I don't think that shows up in Doom 1 though. But what it's doing is it's reducing the damage by I think it's by a particular amount. And for some floors that damage you more than that, they'll still hurt you. It'll be like less often, but it'll still hurt you. It'll be a lot like if you're Link in the Fire Temple and you have the Goron tunic on. The lava will still hurt you, just not as fast. Same logic here with the radiation suit. I want to see Link wear a radiation suit now. So, I got a glitch in my game. The Shadow Pinky has frozen in midair. Probably caught on the sector with the moving pillar. It happens a second time too. You can go past these imps once this pillar goes down, but we're going to save that area for the area next to it that isn't open yet. Past the blue door into the vaulted doors. There's impossible things that you've never seen. A door. After Fool's Laboratory. Anyway. So this part, it seems like you get lost. But again, with the map, no, really not. There's like 4 or 5 of these cross zones. I can't imagine what they were thinking making that. That switch will open up a previous area, I believe. I believe that that's not a secret, but pointing to it, there's your map for the day. Ah, I think I didn't notice that chain gun ammo before. I could have gone back there too, but, you know, that one other area was more memorable because it also had a chain gun in it. We should also know is that if you play these maps in multiplayer, other things will spawn that wouldn't spawn in single player. Ah, yes. I don't know what set that off. I believe it was the key. It could have been the backpack, too, though. But it was a pretty quiet door. And you knew something would have to come out of it, because if you try to open it and nothing works, that means it's going to open later. Or when you backtrack. Just like that. Keep hoarding the singular rockets. I don't think I'll get to 100 rockets. That's just a fact of life. More than enough for what I need to do soon. I'll need it, trust me. Coming around, there's a secret over this way. You can approach from the other side too, but I like going around this way because then I get to sneak up on some pinkies and stuff. And also it leads nicely into another secret that requires this radiation suit right here. And look, they're hurting each other. That's great. And yeah, those imps have wandered around where I'm going to go next. They must have been wandering since I pressed that switch a while ago, so they had a ways to go. They were doing the mile walk run for charity. Imps for Charity 2021. Another backpack! If you don't have a backpack by this level, you're getting one. I'm sure you'll just randomly run to it. Perhaps. It's like, you got 3 chances to get one, I think. Once again, a soul sphere outside the building. That's where we keep them. You know, we leave our souls have left the building, as you see. Yeah, chain gun time. But this isn't the part I mentioned that was required by chain gun. Yeah. That's right. That switch will open up another door down there across the acid. There's actually another radiation suit here too, but the acid lake was small enough that I figured, I could just run over it. It didn't seem like it was hurting me enough to justify me realizing one was there, but there is another one here. I might grab it. Or just grab it later. Check this shit! Okay, so I believe... Yeah, rockets. I believe the nasty zone is coming up. But let's admire the carnage I have wrought thus far. It's a good way to keep track of where you've been. Treep Cap, it's a trapper keeper for you. Also like to tread these little areas on the map, even though I know they're not secrets. It's good practice for when I'm looking up a map or I'm doing a level that doesn't immediately have a way for me to check where all its stuff is, which can happen, although I use some Doom editors for that purpose alone. Can we go with the nasty zone yet? Alright, I think I'm going there. Based on past behavior. Let's go talk to past me. Hey, what'd you think of this so far?
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool, I was playing Doom for a while. Not even my childhood, my adolescence, and those imps and pinkies, they had it coming. Yeah. Love video games, bye.
Alright, and that was it for my past self. My past self seems to get the picture about how to play this game. Just go for no fear. You'd think this kind of game would scare me as a kid. Yeah, maybe on a bigger screen. So the trap is going to be set off the moment you're about to press this switch to lead to the exit. And it'll open doors and close others. Forcing you to do it. Right here. So I've elected a chain gun and not rocket launcher. I might have been able to get that hurting myself in the process. But I decided chain gun is best. Especially because you can just stun them for a while. So especially good on pinkies. There's also another shadow pinky that's going to get stuck. I don't notice it until it bites my ass a few times. Because, usually I find these things when they're moving, not standing still. So I guess the best way to deal with me is to stand still without me looking at you and then come at me like Venado. General advice for backstabbing. I still don't know how they got these shadow forms, by the way, but I expect too much out of Game Logic, I think. There he is. See him? We could use your help to find him. There he is. Aw, he died. Now, before the end of the level, what I like to do is stock up on health, armor, ammo, before I hit the next level. regardless of how pointless it seems and how much backtracking there is. Gives me room to breathe. I get to look around a little more. Go a little easy on myself. There's that shielding suit I was talking about earlier, which I could have used. But in a different fashion, I'm going to use it to explore previous areas I may have neglected to check. Yeah, there's the chain gun ammo. And the chain gun. It's actually a good place to give you a chain gun, too, because you're most likely going to use it in that area. That's another thing. When, like, the game drops me ammo of a certain type, I just take that as a hint to use that weapon type. There's at least one other game that's like this, where I'm just like, I see that ammo, maybe I should use that. Even when it doesn't seem to give me a tactical advantage. That's a weird dead end, like, there's a few green armors. Yeah, whatever. Not as cool as having the big armor and like, Megasphere twice. Not Megasphere. Excuse me. Soul Sphere. That has a different name, but I like calling it the Soul Sphere. The Megasphere is not in this game. I'll discuss it whenever I get to that game and approach it. It's kind of what you might think it is. A lot of the stuff out in the Doom 2 are just extensions of the actual game. Even if the level design is way more abstract than Doom 1. I don't mind the weird level design, honestly. You know, I say go crazy. That's it for you on M6. Next time, I'm gonna find the computer room! I did it, you guys! Alright, bye.